what has fame taught you? And what do you think people don't understand about fame who want to be famous?
That's a good one right there. I mean, for me, probably is the false sense of finance fame gives you. Fame makes you think you're rich. You're not, like you can be famous and don't have the money to back it up.
And be broke.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the real things that I feel like, and I saw that kind of early on with people I thought was famous when I first started to kind of get into the business, and you thought you knew that they were famous, but then you saw the financial side and you realized like, oh, I believed that you were all of these things, not realizing that your fame can get you caught up because you think that is enough. To be famous is enough to take care of everything else. And so you do have to understand that inside the fame, you got to go to work. You got to be humble. You got to have connections. You got to stay busy. You got to stay aggressive. You got to still strategize about who you are. And you can't give your fame over to the machine. That's the other thing.
What does that mean?
This is most people, they kind of work very hard to build their careers. You as a stand-up, you build your stand-up, you travel, you do around what I did. You go to all these clubs, you hustle, you grind, and then I get one TV show, and I believe that the agents, the managers, the lawyers in the town know me better than I know me.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I give it up. I give it over to the machine.
Don't get me started on this.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
Man, this is like...
You trust them because you believe.
Oh, you guys are the experts.
They know.
You've been doing this for
they
so
know.
long.
And if you have any little pop and they were a part of it in any way, then they make you think it was because of them. And now you kind of like, you don't do your part anymore. You show up as the commodity, not as the, not as this thing that's there to do the work. Like, to build it up, to shape it, so only, great creators and people who really grind, you'll see people that, that's able to do a number of things, and that comes from their hustle. That's what I would say for me. I'm stand up, I'm movies, I'm television. I did Broadway. I write books. I'm not going to be in your box, bro. Like, I'm not in none of those boxes. I can do it all. I do side businesses. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not sitting around like counting on that I'm famous. So,
and even just saying, okay, I only do TV and that TV is going to be around forever for me. Or I'm always going to get a show. Or I think a lot of people can get stuck in that if they're not willing to not diversify, but have other projects going on as well. The main thing also.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that that's important, and, and you put family on top of all of that too. Like, I got a great family. I've been married, coming up on 24 years, got kids, wonderful, good house, good life, good wife, all of those things, good friends. All those things are important to the ecosystem. And so fame can oftentimes make you feel like all those people owe to be a part of that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it, It's kind of a very telltale Hollywood story. When people get extra famous, they started to kind of believe it's all them. But that's what kind of fame will lead you to.
Friends and family or the person?
Both.
Yeah.
The person usually believes it's all them, and then the friends and family have to fit into that. And, and if they don't, then that's why divorce is big, and that's why, kids are, all separated and don't know your dads, and it's a very Hollywood tale.
How have you navigated that? Obviously, being from the Midwest, I think might have helped support you with those roots and the values that you grew up with. But how have you stayed happily married, have kids that are grown and still want to be in your life and like you?
Yeah.
And also navigated, I'm assuming, that for 30 years there have been people and friends and family who said, I want money, I need this, need, give me this, I deserve this now. How have you navigated those elements of friends and family maybe wanting something from you at different times, and you just being okay with all of it, or navigating that?
Yeah, I think, again, it's a combination of being honestly being, true to who you are. They kind of go back to that
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, untrust that part. Like, so, people got to earn, and they got to, they got to earn their space around me. So, yes, is there some, benevolent behavior for, certain family members that you just take care of and love and give it to them, yeah. But most people, you want them to, learn to be self-sufficient and independent, and if they're gonna be a part of this, they gotta truly come in and contribute. And so find the space for that. Earn it. Show me something.
Add value in some
Add
way.
value. And if you can add value, then good. We'll figure out how to make that work. And I think that kind of goes on all around. Again, you kind of say that to your kids. Y'all wake up every day. Y'all got this beautiful home. You got all these things. What do y'all bring to the table?
Really?
What y'all do? Y'all just keep.
Right.
So good
Right.
grades is a part of your
Right.
thing.
Doing your chores, doing this, yeah.
Being a kind person and that's a part of what you offer to the family. You don't do none of those. You're gonna be a jerk. You're gonna be mean to people. Then then you're gonna have a talk with me. Like that's
Wow.
not. So what is your contribution until you become an adult? Until you get a skill set or something you love where you can start earning money. But I always say that I got a scholarship program, and I tell the kids that's what my scholarships are loans. Like, what I'm saying? Yes, you can go to school, but like if you quit, I want my money back.
Wow.
It's a joke, but
Right,
that's
right,
what I
right,
do. But I say that to let people know there's no real free money. Like people can take that attitude. Like if I do something for you and you decide like I'm not gonna do it, then hey,
Right. Shoot me the money back.
yeah, run that back.
Right.
Yeah, you don't get to just
Yeah.
kick it. Probably one of the greatest mindset shifts was not to think of yourself as this kind of monolith that's outside the system, that you're so far outside that nobody else can see you, right? I think we all feel like